Y'all good, you know, bro.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Kakodash.
We'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. We'd like to say shalom to the elect, to teach word and all true faith and sincerity. And we once out here again prophesy the downfall of America, because that's in the Lord's will. It's the Lord's will for the violent overthrow of this place, so-called white man. You know, the evils to come around this place, pestilence, war. You know, this really the Lord pouring forth his wrath. Matter of fact, somebody did on St. Matthew 24 chapter, like the days of Noah. And also somebody can get that book of Sirach 44 in verse 17. Because we once again in that time where the Lord is about to judge the earth, man. This time it's by the way of the fire. And the fire starts now. By the way of the famine, the evil, the distress. And then ultimately it's going to be fire, man. Via World War III. You know? So who got that Matthew 24 chapter?
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 37. When the son of but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
See, so as days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Because we know the time of Noah was a wicked time indeed, man. You know, the madness that was taking place talks about how it was the heart of the people was only evil continually. It was violence in the earth. And now, as we see in this lifetime, it far exceeds what took place back then, man. You know, you got it out.
It says, for as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage.
And we seeing that playing out at its height, man. Eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage is all about food and sex here. Everything that contributes to the pleasing of their flesh. To well now, it's a literal saying, everything is at your fingertips. Just download the app.
Application.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, food and sex, right? It's on that app. Dating sites.
Yep. And it come to you. You ain't even got to go get it no more.
Right.
It come to you. Yeah, that's it. Convenience that you said the convenience culture. From finger foods to the Bluetooth, all this shit is contributing to the convenience, and you people, you know, just being in that you know, pretty much docile state, man.
Unwalled villages.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep. Continue on that up.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark and knew not until the flood came.
Because those deep people were suddenly taken, man. They were suddenly taken when that first rain drop came. And they was perplexed. You know? They was perplexed when that judgment came forth, man, because they wasn't preparing, they wasn't looking towards that type of judgment. They was only going by their day. They were just living in their pleasures, man. Then suddenly, the wrath of the Lord came upon them. Matter of fact, get that on Sirach 44.
Yeah. This Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 44 and 17, it says, Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath.
See? So that time period, Noah was also a time of wrath. And we once again, that time, we just read in St. Matthew 24 chapter, our Lord Yahweh Shai said, as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. We seeing eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage. But we're going to also see that wrath part as well. You know? You got it, Rob.
Yep. Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath. He was taken in exchange for the world.
See, he was taken in exchange for the world. It's only particular spirits that's meet for salvation, man. And it's by the way of holding fast to the instructions. Noah held fast to the instructions, and that would pretty much have him to be preserved. You know, by following the instructions of the Yahweh Shem Shai, he was taken in exchange for the world. He became the heir. He was the king, so to speak. He became the heir after he was delivered.
Oh, well, that's the same dynamic with the lepers.
Oh, that's it.
By default, by them being preserved, it left them with all the spoil. Yep. It says, in the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came.
See, the remnant, the residue, the elect, man. And once again, we finna see that play out in this time by way of fire, you know. Because it talks about the days of Noah, it talks about how he was in a ship.
Right.
That's gonna play out once again. It talks about how the ship was lifted above the earth.
Yep.
What's that in Revelation the 15th chapter, us standing on the sea of glass? You know, as well as after the flood, Noah pretty much he got nice.
Got nice, yeah, after it was over.
Yeah.
Well, that's, so like if I may, I think that's Jeremiah 31.
Oh yeah.
Right, it speaks about the saturation. It's saturated. It's like you just got through laboring, and you're going to have a nice one to unwind. Because that makes the hard marriage. Also, just to answer that part, right? Genesis, the 5th chapter. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that Genesis, the 5th chapter speaks about the labor of his hands, Noah, how he comforted with the labor of his hands, and how that led to his salvation.
And Yahweh Shah said, I will not drink again until I see the kingdom.
So that's gonna once again play out in its perfection, man. That was just a prelude what the Lord's gonna do in this time, man. You know?
I got something real quick.
Come.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world.
That's what we do. It talks about how we judge ourselves, you know, we do self-examination, you know, and the Lord do chasten us, you know, because we, you know, stay on that right path, but it's so we won't be condemned with the world, man. But this world is already signed, sealed, and delivered, man. It's already marked for destruction. It's already decreed for destruction. The whole thing, you would just hope the Lord have mercy on you, man. Because just going back, we are in the time of wrath. Somebody get that help for the 3rd chapter as well. The only thing we can do is just now hope for mercy, man. Because there's nothing external you can do to somehow overcome the flood. You know, people fled the high ground, but the scripture said that the waters exceeded the mountains. Some motherfuckers probably made a canoe or something on the spot. But they didn't have
it
the
was plenty of that.
Yeah.
There was other doctrines that guys didn't want to get down with Noah plans. They saw some, he owns something. And they want to make their own canoe. But scripture going to, it had to be perfectly under the ordinance of Yahweh.
That's it.
So even when you look at today, right, guys got other exit plans. They don't want to come under work order. And if I may, right, also it said we won't be condemned with the world. Scripture say, what was just read, well I just read Sirach 44, where he was given in exchange for the world. Yeah.
This is Psalms 119 and 155. Salvation is far from the wicked, but they seek not thy statutes.
Yes, he said salvation is far from the wicked, man. And that's gonna see that you're gonna see that play out when they beheld the righteous being caught up, man.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna have no parts of this, man. Even now, from the standpoint of them angels standing in the way of you getting this truth, man. It's far from you, man. We said why? Because you're gonna keep the statutes. You're holding fast to his word, man. It's true. This is the bridge to our salvation. It talks about being made wise unto salvation, you know? So that show you that's the key to salvation, is this understanding, right?
That's lucky, and that proves that the 2/3 number is they fake to see it.
Let's see.
Can you really imagine? Let's be honest, man. Can you really imagine a nigga, a hard ER at the end of it, being able to come into this town? Like a goofy, or even a country guy, right? To the country. Khalid. The hype is black country. See, so yeah, this is a privileged position to be able to eat of your house shop. It leads to salvation. Now what's that, Revelation 5? John wept bitterly because the books were sealed. Why? Because within that book lied the way to salvation.
See.
I got something real quick. This is Proverbs 21 and 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright.
Yeah, so hey, that's why you're gonna find you're gonna find favor in your death, man. You know, it was supposed to be you to get hit, but it was somebody else that took your place, man. You know, the Lord's gonna have that wicked take place for the righteous concerning them, you know, put to death, you know, certain things like that. But it says you're gonna find favor in your death because you fear the Lord, man. You know, that's part of being kept, you know, from the said perils. This is that defense. This is that refuge, that pavilion of the Lord, this truth, man. And in that, that leads to life, man. And now somebody got to take that place, you know. What you got
something real quick.
Con.
Hebrews 6 and 4 says, "For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and had tasted of the heavenly gift."
See, because this is it. What can top this? What can top this? This is the heavenly gift, and that's how this is why we're being raised up. You know, our mindset, starting with our mindset being set in heavenly places, man. You know, we don't have that low level vibration from our diets to how we deal. You know, we pretty much pretty much being set up, man, in the spirit. You know?
Yeah, and you acknowledge the way. Like Apostle Paul said, I acknowledge that the law is good. So just by acknowledging that, the way the Lord and his thinking, because the kingdom is the Lord's reasoning of how a kingdom should be. So when you acknowledge that, then at that point, right, you have a higher frequency of thinking, right? You have a kingdom mindset. And the Lord going to honor that. Slakia, Deuteronomy 22. Remember the virgin who cried out? That was a show of acknowledgement of her. She was respecting the commiseration with her, right? The one who she was supposed to be married. That's why she cried out. So that was an act of being in compliance. See, the Lord honored that, man. And even for those out there who might not be hands-on, but you believe, right? You have some sympathy for the ministry. And the Lord gonna honor that, man.
Friends of the prophets.
Yep, friends of the prophets. Yep.
I made that word enlightenment here because it say, "For it is impossible for those who are once enlightened." That means that's talking about us. That's talking about us. We enlightened. The word means to enlighten spiritually, imbue with saving knowledge, right? Imbue. That word imbue, it means inspire or permeate with, to saturate with, to inject.
Oh man,
You know,
man.
We've been injected with the saving
No,
knowledge. That's a difference. That's not out here in the world. We got different knowledges out here. We got different understandings out here. We got different platforms out here.
Right.
You just mentioned, what's you call it? That type of rat. The conscious rat.
Oh, yeah.
A conscious nigga.
It's like,
A conscious
back to
man.
the canoe. We'll get too deep into
Alright.
that.
There you go. Yeah, the people with the canoes. You know, that's a whole nother understanding of doctrine. But it's not saving, because once you say that word saving knowledge now you gotta talk about events that ain't here yet. and in the knowledge in the world in which they've been granted in their spectrum of enlightenment. It don't got nothing to do with be saved in the future time. It's about right now, here and now. How to make 100 million by the time you're 30, or something about now and here. We're talking about a time that's to come that is able, this knowledge is able to save you from. That's why, brother, just bringing out this word is the vehicle in alignment with the Father's wisdom that's going to allow you to be saved. It comes down to salvation.
Right.
And you're going to know who is aligned with the message when you see them going up on them ships, entering into them chambers that the Lord going to have.
Yep. And that's heavy too, man. You just sparked something there with that, because this world is built on carnality. Essentially, salvation centers around your work ethic, like your 40 hours in, like save time, Right, but the Lord, He set it up where your reasoning, man, right? The mindset that one develops, this is what's going to ultimately contribute to that salvation. Right there is foreign to the people. Because, right, what's the whole design of this place is a rat race. This fucking maze where you physically have to put in so much, right? And then now you can get out. But right here, what's required is a high level spiritual investment. Those who are spiritually invested, you're going to reap of the spiritual benefit. And what's the highest form of spiritual benefit? Being delivered in a UFO, what you people call it. You can't physically can't get pennies, whatever you call it, right? Your uncle talk about that all the time. Like you get the pennies back.
Yeah.
Attention or whatever.
The Lord crushed that theory because He said, "Seek riches, not on earth.
Right.
Seek riches in heaven." So we still amongst the racing. We still amongst the getting grind.
Right.
But our grind is for the riches that where moth and rust doth corrupt, doth not corrupt. You got to understand the concept of another world after this.
Right.
Another society after America.
Right.
Post-destruction, post-apocalyptic. After Babylon is all washed out with thermonuclear weapons, what's going to become of the world? There's going to be a whole civilization here. There's going to be a kingdom set up here, the kingdom of heaven, in which those riches are going to last eternally. You can't be clueless with that mindset. That's an eternal riches, man. It don't measure up. What we fighting for now in this society, you grinding for, the elder going into. Man, these inflation alone kill it all, man. 7%. You done lost your money and you just stored it in this law. When somebody robbed you, they walk by you with the RFID scan and your money is gone now. This is not a place where you don't really want to settle down here. When you think about it.
Yeah.
Going to what you said, right? As far as like storing up your treasures in heaven. For an example, the wicked elites or whoever controlling these banks. Remember a few months ago, people's money was disappearing out of their bank account. So you storing up carnal riches. That's why I said with thieves. That's right. He saw the number one thief. He was the one taking it.
Yeah, he take a penny a day.
A penny, yeah. You got all types of taxes. Unhidden taxes. You don't know where your money going. But we storing up treasures where it's not going to go anywhere. Nobody can go into heaven, and steal your riches. Right? You storing up the riches with the Heavenly Father, man. Right? The scripture speaks about He is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, man. So in that day, we're going to be able to withdraw from that spiritual bank account, man. We continue.
I got some real quick just going back, because that's like investing.
Yep.
In the word. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 9. It says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. So that's the climax of our doctrine. Salvation, man. This is what we invest God. So this the climax of our doctrine is salvation, man. Everybody else is gonna have a dead end. If the family don't get you anything else, the missile's gonna do it. Because Scripture talk about how the eye's gonna consume away in their holes, which that's literally gonna take place. But spiritually, your doctrine going to fade away with America. That's why the scripture says the works therein shall be burned up, you know, with this place. You know?
The scripture speaks about that complexity. There's going to be a heavy spirit in the planet Earth. Meaning everything that you thought was truthful, was the right way, wrong or indifferent, whatever your outlook was, is going to melt away. And you're going to be perplexed. Because you thought there was a future in America, but hold up. Mills is coming.
Right.
See? And the only ones that's going to be prepared for that is those who are rooted and grounded in Yahweh. How does that translate to this set being subscribed to the doctrine? So yeah, matter of fact, go back to that. First Peter. Yep. It started. Where you at? Yep. Started. Read that. Matter of fact, let's get that. Read that. Somebody hold. Well, I think it was Isaiah 43. Yeah.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, mentioned in the flesh, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. Oh yeah, going back, man. You know, that's what this doctrine produces, man. A way out. You know, because in the time of Noah, they ain't have a way out. You know, but Noah did. He subscribed to the testimony of Yahweh, man. You know?
Yeah, and that word right there for engrafted, when you go into that word, that definition there is by way of following others' instructions. Right? So we know right there, that's another check that proves that a lot of gente not going to get saved. Because they're not willing to yield and hearken to the instruction of others. See, that's required of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. See, that's the ultimate act of humility too. Being willing to yield to others' instructions. Because you could be a soft-spoken nigga. Right? Them the words, you know what I mean? Well, we had to tell Terrence, man. Nobody want to make it, man. But he was a soft-spoken guy, though, you know? But he was not willing to follow instructions. And that proved to be the fate of the whole world. Yep, all right, come on.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 9, it reads, receiving the end of your faith.
Right, so there's a build up, man. And that end is going to be brought forth by way of destruction. That's why our faith centers around being saved. See, everything else outside of this doctrine is not clear. The lines are blurred. You really walking in circles again in the wilderness. Because there's no end point. You already know Christianity is set up to keep you here. Get a better job, pay off your mortgage. That's Christianity in the modern sense of the word. And what about these different Israelite sects? They don't get to the bottom of things as well, man. It's a world-friendly approach. Right? Everything is skewed. But here at Great Millstone, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we don't shy away from emphasizing the end, expounding on the end, the be-all, end-all. And we're not tiptoeing around. We're saying it's going to be a destruction. That's why it's a missile sign, right? Missile sign, right? You got it, right? That's it. Yeah,
What else could we talk about? Just like in the time of Noah.
Right.
Noah don't want to tell you it was going to rain. But he had an outlet, the ark, he's building, you know, his outlet, as well as telling you, you coming to a dead end. What else could he really tell you?
Right.
You know?
Quick precept. Amos 3:8. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord hath spoken, who can but prophesy? Prophecy ultimately got to do with the end. Alright? Because what we doing is foolishness because they can't see the end. If you can show them a flash, right? Flash before their eyes, because that's basically what the Lord allows us to be able to see through the prophecies is the end. You know, we gotta have dreams about it. We could be walking and the Lord give us a vision. So a bright light hit, we think about nukes. right? A loud don't hear. We think about, damn, that sound lighthouse in that day, right? Pestilence, you know, the great noise, the noisome pestilence, man. And so we worked up about it, and then the Lord sends all these signs. Okay, Kim Jong-un just shot another one. I mean, while y'all walking by talking about who had the highest 3-point percentage, we thinking about how the same hour Kim Jong-un just launched a rocket, man. All right, the same hour Iran is testing off their weapons now, man.
And that's gonna be a high percentage 3.
They're gonna score.
And they shall not miss.
That real And the Lord He's showing His word because even we can laugh about it as well, man.
Right.
Think about that, man. That's how embedded in our frequencies. We are to it. We tuned into the same channel as the scriptures, man. You know, daily, brothers searching the scriptures, man. The Lord said it's of the Lord to search out the deep things. You know, He give you a mind of His mind. How can a man know a soul of another man unless he had that soul? You can't know what another man thinking unless he tell you. The Lord has given us a revelation through His prophets on what's to come, and now we tuned into it, tapped into it. You know. That's just like
respect the motherland. That was it.
Con, back 1 Peter 1 and verse 9, it reads, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired.
And that proves that this idea stems all the way back to the beginning. What's that, Luke, 1st chapter, before the world begun? So anyone who was considered wise, they pretty much had a feel, they developed the spirit of anticipation. That's why you see here, the prophets even inquired of this. Matter of fact, read it again.
It says, of which salvation the prophets have inquired.
See, so this is not a new idea. We're doing nothing more than continuing in the legacy of our forefathers, the prophets. Which really the prophets is the governing body. That's why scriptures emphasize that they was even set up over kings. It tells you that in Jeremiah, the 1st chapter. Or in even the account with, was that Nathan the prophet? Right? Go ahead,
It says, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you.
And this the time we in. Somebody get that in, what's that, 1st Ezra? The 1st chapter? So this is the appointed time where the Lord laid up grace. See? Why? Because this will be the time of a destruction that haven't been seen the likes of since the earth was even created, man. Yep, come on, you got it?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 1 verse 37. I take to witness the grace of the people to come.
See, so the people to come is going into the future. We are those people. Which really, when you go into it, those same men are back today. They was resurrected so that they may see the salvation of Yahushua. It tells you that in Job, the 19th chapter, is it? Job made the statement, though worms destroy his body, yet in this flesh shall I see my Redeemer. And that began back, 2,000 years ago when Yahushua physically touched down, but it's going to spill over to his return. Come on.
It says, I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness.
Right. Your little one come after you. Go ahead.
And though they have not seen me with bodily eyes.
Right. So the men in this gathering, in this hearing, near and far, we haven't physically seen Yahushua in this scene of the drama. But go ahead.
Yet in spirit, they believe the thing that I say.
That's what this thing is about. You could be the blackest Negro. Real quick, give me Philippians. I think that's Philippians 2. Philippians 2 and 1. Baba can show somebody and get that. See, the Lord is gathering in His elect, And that feet is by way of the spirit. And see, the spirit is like picking up signals. Like you got your phone, right? And your phone is considered dead if you can't pick up signals, and it's frustrating. Right? It's frustrating because it's like you're not doing what you was created to do. Really, you was made in vain. Somebody get that as well. You was created in vain. Because why? The Lord is a great king. He's going to require the cream of the crop. When you go into the law, the Lord said he requires what? The first one to open up the wombs. That's the best of your crop when you go into the science behind husbandry. The first of it, that's the best, man. That's why the rest of you are in vain. Or when you consider your bloodline, right? If we are the elect, we the first fruit, we the fathers. Now what happens in your household? The adults discuss the serious matters. When you consider a bloodline, your daddy ain't discussing the kingdom because he's really your son. We the first fruit, that's why we discussing serious matters. But everybody else is made in vain. When you get the first fruit, I don't give a damn about the rest of it. Matter of fact, Isaiah 43 and 4. Then we're going to go back to what we got.
I got it. Isaiah 43 and 4 said, since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honored, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee, and people for thy life.
Right, so the Lord said, and that goes back to what you brought out, the ransom. The Lord said, since I have loved thee, I will give men for thee. Right? Read that again.
Since thou wast precious in my sight.
That's dealing with the elect. Now, when you go into that, when you read Proverbs the 8th chapter, it kind of, you got to look at it through spiritual lenses. But it goes into that dynamic between the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and the first fruits. Because Yahweh Shai said, I was a delight in my Father's eye, but the elect was a delight to me. So that's what we're reading right here. Read it again.
Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honored, and I have loved thee.
Well,
therefore will I give.
Man, that's heavy, man. That love is perfected in his lifetime. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, if you love me, feed my sheep. Right? Love one another as I have loved you. So the translating of this high level of understanding is an act of love. Right? Go ahead.
Therefore will I give men for thee, and people for thy life.
See that? So that's what's going to happen in America. See, the Lord got to get a sacrifice anyway. Matter of fact, let's get that. The Lord, somebody got to pay for this anyway. Because when you go into the law, how did you appease the Lord? Through a sacrifice. So the Lord is not going to say, well, hold up, you know what? We could agree to disagree. Since y'all so hell-bent on LGBTQ, do that, and I'm going to, no. It got to be a sacrifice made for this. All right, come on.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34. I start at verse 5. But my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Yep.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys and rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right, that's America. Right, to simplify, this Basra and land of Idumea is a buzzword for America. So the Lord said there's a sacrifice here. And what's the science behind it? Those lives were being traded for us. God's going to sacrifice some people for us, man. That's going to appease them. Somebody got to die, right? But you're going to die, and my elect, who I love, is going to be delivered, man. All right, so is that it?
Can I read in NLT?
Oh, yeah, come on.
It says, verse 4, others were given in exchange for you.
See that? Come on, man. And that's the, matter of fact, you got that said in there? Because the average person who's just parading around, if their life is not dedicated to the king, they just in vain. Right? Because the king is not going to respect their sacrifice. Their sacrifice centers around work or building up a future for their little ones. They had nothing to do with showing tribute to the king. All right, come on.
I traded their lives.
It's like, did we find it?
Yeah, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
Right, so everybody outside of this circle would be considered the multitude or the masses, where they was created in vain. Where?
And let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it.
And that's that love. That great labor, that love, right? So this salvation was cemented by the truth. Yeah, that labor of love. Yeah, that's it, bro. So this is what validates us even hoping in salvation. And think about it. Who else know about this story? Have you ever been around somebody, you discussing something, they don't know what the hell going on, they just kind of out of the loop. You got a bunch of guys, Harry Potter, what the call it, the Hegio. Bunch of Hegio guys, you're going to be out the loop, man. You're not going to feel the euphoria of what they into, right? Because if what's going to be the separator, you don't know what the fuck going on. Right? So that we were talking about that the other day. We were together. Mercy is the fact that the Lord let us know what's going on. You know how many people out here who consider good as gold, but yet they haven't been made privy of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Right there, that disqualifies you from even hoping in the salvation. So you see what that word hope, man, that's a gift, man. The Lord, the King say, look, you can at least hope to get in. And again, that's solidified through what? Your understanding, man. Yep, come on out.
It's a lot.
Was that it on that?
Yeah, that was it on that. Yep.
You got the point.
This is Matthew 10:38. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of you. He that findeth his life.
That's a separator. These are terms and conditions concerning salvation. So one of them is you have to pick up your cross and follow your Yahweh. That cross symbolizes difficulties, right? Being willing to embrace being rejected. You know how many people in the world frown at you now because you're in the truth? Or how many relationships you had to sever to follow after Yahweh? You know how many people you rubbed the wrong way? That's that cross. And everybody's not willing to do that. So right there, that proves this is a separation. Everybody's not going to pick up that cross. Come on.
He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
That's it, man. You put away everything and pretty much you commit to your Yahweh. See? It's bigger than us, it's bigger than our thoughts, what we feel to be right, wrong, or indifferent. We have subjugated ourselves to the King. That's actually kissing the King. Right? Kiss the Son. That's the Lord be angry. How do you kiss the Son? By reverencing his will. So now you say, well, hold up, man, I ain't dealing with pork. I'm not dealing with adultery. I'm not promoting America. I'm not investing myself into this world. And even if you do to a certain extent, the scripture got an outlet for that. It says use the world, but not as abusing it, right? Because we are caught up in this realm of reality. But it's going to be broken up when Yahweh returns. Yahweh returns is going to be the exclamation point. Is that it?
I got something for you. This is Philemon 1 and 2. And our beloved Apphia and Archippus, our fellow soldier, to the church in thy house. Going back on what you had mentioned, get this word fellow soldier. Strong's G 4961, it says, a fellow soldier, an associate in labors and conflicts for the cause of Hamashiach. So you got to take up your cross and follow your house. How you feel? How you feel, man? It's about Yahweh, man. And that's the thing we have been listed in, being that soldier. You know, and we know the outcome. We know what it's about. It's about, like you said, your brother said earlier, about knowing, man. And these other people don't have a clue. They oblivious to it. You know.
Yeah. How could you get involved if you don't know, right? They might have a grant where they're giving out money, but if you don't know about it, then you don't qualify to. Well, great, man. Knowing is that's an old saying. Remember the old cartoon? Anybody back in the days that knowing is half the battle. That's true, man. Yeah. Hey, because if you don't know, then people can run circles around you at worst. Like they can just finesse you. You don't know what's going on. You vulnerable. Right then, you know. You don't know what they're charging and nothing. You know what I mean? You vulnerable, man. Somebody got that confused look on their face. If you got a pirate, he gonna prey on that. Oh. Right? So yeah, you're handicapped when you don't know. That's why the Lord says they're blinded. They don't have ears to hear and eyes to see.
People in the city is a tourist.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. They don't have no feel for where they at. Then a confused look on their face, right?
Adds to the
add to the confusion.
Asking everybody.
Right, that's the most vulnerable person in the room, man. Versus one who knows what's up.
That's why you gotta we remain in the constant direction.
Right, yeah.
The truth is the direction in itself.
Yep.
It's that word until you lamp unto thy feet, light into thy path. Direction.
Yep.
You gotta take direction.
Men that's led by the Spirit. Yep.
This is Luke 12:8. Also I say unto you, whosoever shall confess me before men, him shall the Son of Man also confess before the angels of Yahweh. Now he that denieth
that proves that when you sync that, right, with this reality, it couldn't be Christianity. Because it's nothing for you to confess Christianity to this world. Even some niggas doing 25 years in the joint can resonate with Christianity. So that's not a task. You're not going to receive any contradiction or resistance when pushing forth that Christianity is. Or whatever doctrine, when you think about it, there's going to be some sympathizers somewhere. But this is the only form of teaching that's proven to be in conflict with the mindset of the people. Because first and foremost, it promotes an idea outside of your reality. See? That's offensive when you tell a motherfucker their little ones is not going to have a future. That's essentially what you got to tell them, right? If we are properly breaking down the word, we have to entertain the idea of your little ones dying or not meeting your desires because you want to see them become a nurse or that's the spirit. I was just seeing that unfold, right? Goddamn babies running around and shit. Yeah, come on.
It says, but he that denieth
Hey,
me.
think about it. Noah, right? Man, you think they was they didn't like Noah. Because Noah was promoting that their family was gonna die. Right? If he's announcing, if he's projecting a flood, then that means that's personal now. That's equivalent to you saying my little girl is not gonna come kill my little girl. So when we speak on these things, the famine, right? The destruction overall, then that's an offense if you ain't in the right spirit. Yep, you got it.
But he that denieth me before man shall be denied before the angels of Yahweh.
That's it, man. And only a few spirits is going to accept Yahweh Shai and reverence him as their king. That's really denying Yahweh Shai. You don't respect him as being king, because when you summarize the doctrine Yeah, the destruction is there, but that's the bridge to Yahweh Shai and the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, man. So when you don't accept the doctrine, then in a roundabout way, what Yahweh Shai said, he who would not have me to reign over me, bring hither and slay them before me. Yeah, so you have to acknowledge. So it reminds me of that Twilight Zone. The little boy, if you didn't acknowledge what that little boy was thinking, man, that was your ass. Man. Right, yeah. That's why the mailman said, no, that was, the mailman walked up, you see that scene, he had created this hideous monster, the little kid. And anybody in their right mind would have said, oh shit, man, what you doing? But the mailman said, that's a good thing. That's a good thing what you did. Because he was in fear, man. That's how we look at it, man. And Yahweh Shai said this man got to be destroyed. Hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, Lord. Yeah, call on like Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shows you that you, hey.
Dance in the blood of the yes. You will dance.
Yeah, you will reign over them, Lord.
Good dance, man.
That's right, bro. Yep, come on. Yep, I thought it was.
This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Philippians 2 and 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Hamashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercy, fulfill ye my joy, that ye may be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
It's like reading one more time.
Philippians 2 and 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Hamashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit.
Right, see, if any fellowship of the Spirit. So this gathering centers around spiritual thinking. This cancels out the masses of the people, right? And we know this by experience. You can't come into this arena unless the Spirit drives you. Many men have tried and failed. We had one of the brothers, cool brother, man, right? He came in and he wasn't able to continue because he wasn't brought in via the Spirit. See? Go ahead up.
It says, if any bowels and mercy, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded.
Right, that ye be like-minded. So you have to be in agreement with the will of Yahweh Shai. Even if this means you have to entertain the idea of even your little ones or even your mother being destroyed. You know, prove that when you go into, is that Matthew 19, right? We have forsaken all. When you go into that word forsaken, that's a heavy word, man. It's an eye-opening definition. One of the definitions that is to leave one on dying. So you ready to leave on whoever, man, because the sense of urgency that comes with the doctrine. So you're not going to say, well, hold up, man, let me see if my cousin can get it. No, you're going to have that sense of urgency, and you're going to drop that net, right? I forget exactly what, I believe it's throughout a few of the accounts of the Gospels, where Peter and, was it Peter and James? Peter and Andrew, yes, like, where they dropped their nets immediately and followed Yahweh Shai. Really the symbolism behind that net, you know, obviously at face value, that was their occupation. Yeah, obviously. What does the net represent? Being entangled in this world. That's why the scriptures say to taste of the heavenly gift and to become again entangled, right? So that was symbolic to dropping the world and following after what truly matters, and that's Yahweh Shai and the salvation that comes with it. Yep, come on.
Yes, sir. Second Ezra 8 and 51. It says, "But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee." Like-minded people.
Right.
The ones who possess the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. It's in the spirit of prophecy, and you want to build this wicked ass world.
John 17, verse 20, it reads, "Neither," matter of fact, I started at verse 19. It reads, "And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth." So that's how we've been being sanctified. It says, "Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also we shall believe on me through their word." Just going back to the spiritual fellowship is not carnal that got us together, man, because we all like presentine out of Mount Donald, man. It's because of Yahweh Shai, man, in his word, man. And that's why we're being made holy, being made separate from the world. Why? Because we have digested the Lord.
Yep, Scripture said that. Called out of darkness to this marvelous light. So that's a separation, man. But again, that centers around spirituality. And brother said it beautifully. We wasn't all brought together on anything carnal. Because you know what? It'll break up. That shit'll break up, man. You can ask where the money went.
This is Rock 3 and 24.
I mean, you know, hey, this is the high level, man, what we brought into. That's why nothing less than perfection is required. Now, that's even a snare because you have to be perfected in your own realm. You master your walk. Right? Each brother master their walk, then that's going to add to the perfection of the whole church. It tells you that in 1 Peter, 2nd chapter. Speaking as those stones, 50 years old. Yep, you got that.
This is Sirach 3, we start at 18. "The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Many are in high place and of renown."
Right. When you consider America, what's the standard here? Status. When you really break it down, standard is status. Right? You can attach something to your name, doctor. That's what God celebrates. But the Lord says there's many of prestige, high status in this world. Go ahead.
And of renown.
A lot of men of renown. Go ahead.
But mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Right, so that proves that everybody can't come into this hearing. The Bible wasn't meant for everybody. The mysteries was revealed unto the meek. So, in your assessment of a person, you find out if they meek due to their understanding. And chiefly concerning the scriptures. Because the world, man, these people in the world will finesse you with that fake humility bullshit. And you watch Forensic Files, man, them niggas be soft-spoken, man. Right? You ever watch Forensic Files? The niggas who killed his mama was soft-spoken as hell. But scriptures say the mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So no matter how you look at us externally, our understanding proves that we meek in the eyes of the Lord. Because if it wasn't the case, then the Lord wouldn't have trusted us to understand.
But mysteries are revealed unto the meek, for the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly.
Right, the lowly, man. That proves that it would be the people on his side. The inheritors will come from the people on his side. You really going through it. Because it's not just the meek, the lowly as a whole. Because to be lowly means to be conquered, to be in subjection to another. Right? And where we at? We right here. So amongst these people will spring forth the kings and rulers of the planet Earth. And that's not a comfortable message, man. Even amongst Jake, right? Niggas get a problem because niggas get antsy because you promote us being in power. But mainly and more so as touching the nation. The scripture said they should envy thee. So do nothing against it. What's going to contribute to that envy? The fact that we was the one. Poor man. Yep, come on.
It says, seek not out things that are too hard for thee. Neither search.
Yeah, you're going into neutrons. Yeah, you got to planet risk. Hey man, if the spirit went on you, man, you would have got into that, man. You did a video about you went through all that, right? All that shit in your life. You need to come up with some shit like that. Planet risk. You vulnerable now, man. Come on.
Neither search the things.
Like you did a 2-hour video. Come on.
Neither search the things that are above thy strength.
Right.
But what is commanded thee, think upon with reverence.
Right, and that word think right there. See? So that proves that this would be somewhat of a classroom setting, if you will, where wisdom is on display. You will be taught. Pretty much you have to take notes in this thing. If not physically, your mental Rolodex, you have to maintain, hold fast to what's being brought forth.
It speaks about that leaky vessel.
Yep.
What leaks out of vessel? Water. And what's compared to the word? Water.
Yep.
So what is Ephesians? You're cleansed. Through the word. Through the word. By the washing of the word, man. So we, like you said, we've been brainwashed. Right. Which is a good thing. The mind has been purified from all the impurities of this world, which is other doctrines. Like you said, it begins in the mind. Right. It's a classroom setting. So you've been taught, you've been miseducated, but through the word coming out, you've been spiritually educated the right way, but you gotta hold it in. What's the word I'm looking for? Obtain it? Yeah, obtain it.
Yep, retain.
Yeah, retain. That's what I'm looking for. Retain it.
Or hold fast.
Hold fast. That's a good one. Hold fast. And how do you do that? With one's mind.
Yeah. Oh, what's that St. John the 1st chapter? Right, comprehend. Those words, right? That's the terminology concerning one who gains wisdom. So it said, think upon these things, not act. That's another thing with Jake. Jake want to act out their frustration. That marching and all that bullshit. Think upon these things. Go ahead.
It says, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
Yeah, because the nigga do that too. They'll ask you, what's going on Mars? Like, because what's that? Is that 1 John 2? We have an unction of the Most High, and we know all things. So you have a nigga to cut and challenge that theory. And so, well, okay, since you know all things, right? They'll ask you some space age shit about Jupiter. Well, when you go into, I want to say that's, is that Deuteronomy 29? You got that? Yeah, Deuteronomy 29, man. Right, yeah. The things, the hidden things belong to the Lord. But the things that the Lord wanted to show us, He allowed us to see. Yep, come on.
It says, for the things are showed unto thee.
Like actually, you're going to shoot off the missiles first. You know what I mean? That's why we don't entertain. You know, this is only for, we get it now. The Apostle Paul said, I suffer all things for the next. No.
Be not curious in unnecessary matters. For more things are showed unto thee than men understand.
Well, right, yeah, because you could be considered, you know, the Lord's on the totem pole, if you will. But the mere fact that you understand that America's going to be destroyed, that thrusts you in the stratosphere even above guys with degrees, doctor's, bachelor's degrees. More things have been showed unto us than men understand. The average person don't understand that the microchip is the mark of the beast spoken of in the Holy Scripture. the Lord pretty much saying, hey, be content, man. You good. Don't worry about it. Don't be trying to seek out these deep matters. When more things are so really salvation, that's really what's been sold into. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Give me real quick Jeremiah 33. Because let's say there's a house burning, right? A building. And the building is really no way, you have to be led out. If somebody come and tell you, look, that's the way, man, why would I be looking for another one? Why would I be looking for something deeper? Like, they said, look, go through that door. You get out of this inferno. Then I said, all right, you know what? You looking up at a window to try and size up. You want to do a somersault out the window instead of just following the instructions. Well, that happened with remember the tail of the elephant?
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? Elias, yeah. He was looking to gain some type of, he wanted to go, right. And it says, that was a nigga want to somersault out the window instead of just leaving out of the door. Come on.
By the king who was told to do this simple thing to watch, he wanted to do something so elaborate, but the Lord gave him simple instructions to go watch in that particular, what was the joy, I believe? And he was going to be healed from that infirmity that he had. But he thought it was some kind of elaborate thing that he should have did. He didn't want to hearken to the words of the Lord, you know? Like, same way, straight to the point.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Simplicity in Yahweh Shai.
So real quick, this is on the book of Isaiah chapter 58. It's like 59 and verse 8. The way of peace they know not.
Beautiful.
And there is no judgment in their goings.
Yep.
They have made them crooked paths.
Right, see, so there's a way to peace. And to know it, that's mercy. For the Lord to actually point you to it. Hey, because you're going to be overwhelmed with heavy thoughts at times. You might even doubt. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, you might doubt in this thing, man. Oh, yeah. He was one of the motherfuckers in the wilderness. Yeah, well, that's spirit. That's him. Hey, that's him, man. He the mascot. Right? Hey, man. I can't go to a herb shop. I was in the he was just in the golden club last night. He's sitting there and have a tea. Yeah, that guy right there. He was one of them guys who came up against Moses and Aaron, man. Yeah, that's him, bro. That's heavy, bro. That's spirit. Hey, you know about him, right? Yeah. But that's the spirit, bro. You just, that's heavy, bro. That's heavy, bro. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, that's one of the guys who serve as the face of rebellion. He's a black country. And you even see him with a bean pie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. You know something. Anything that's in resistance to the spirit. Right, he'll be bow tied up, and you might see him with a kufa. Right up. But he got heads on big African outfit on. Hey, but that's the spirit though, bro. Yeah, him out of everybody.
Hey, come on, that's the spirit.
That's him, man. And he hip to what we teach because, we've been ear hustling for a minute. Yep, come on.
This Isaiah 59 and 8. The way of peace they know not.
Right, see? The way of peace they know not. And then the Lord showed us the way to peace. Go ahead.
And there is no judgment in their goings.
Mm-hmm.
They have made them crooked paths.
Right, they created other ways out. Oh, hey, that's the spirit how they came all together. The canoes. Niggas on the fire making cricket paths, to try to get out from that situation. It was only one ark, man. Come on.
Whosoever go therein,
whosoever subscribe to what these guys teach, go ahead,
shall not know peace.
Right, they'll never experience the peace that the Lord laid up. And guess what? That's gonna start on this side. Well, it's already started. we're being introduced to Yahushua once more via the word. That's the comforter, peace. But it's going to manifest itself in being preserved from the said peril. All right, come on, was that it out?
Cut that was on there.
This is Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah the second time while he was shut up in the court of the prison.
Right, and you can apply that to now. Because why? We in prison, we have been subdued by our enemies, and this is how the Lord comforted us, by sending the word. Remember John the Baptist? When he was in prison at his lowest point, he needed comforting words. He sent word, message to Yahushua, are you the one? Or should we expect another? Then Yahushua sent the report back. Tell John what has happened. The blind can see. The lame can walk. Well,
Saying, thus saith the Lord, the maker thereof, the Lord that formed it, to establish it, the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, is his name.
Yep, go ahead.
Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and shew thee the great and mighty things which thou knowest not.
Read that again.
Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not.
Which is salvation. Right? The Lord said, call unto me, and I will show you great and mighty things which you knew not. Our people as a whole didn't know the way to release. They didn't know the way to salvation. They thought it was being brought further into being acclimated into this system, thus bringing you down to the deeper, lower regions of Babylon the Great. They told you, wait, go get an edification. Then what happened? And now you a bug out, man, because really the main bug outs is a lot of those guys who go to these universities. Not to say that the Lord won't call, because there's plenty of brothers who went to college, but overall, yeah, they're going to Baltimore. Niggas stop.
Good. It says, for thus saith the Lord, the power of Israel, concerning the houses of this city, and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's the point. Let's read the other verse again.
It says, call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not.
And ultimately, that's salvation. Right? So the Lord said, call unto me, and I will show you the way out of here. I will show you the salvation that you desire. And again, this is forged by this understanding. The word. Now, come on, was there anything on that? That's what I got.
Psalms 119 and verse 50, it says, this is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word has quickened me.
That's beautiful, man. This is the affliction. This reality, this is being afflicted. But what's the comfort in this walk? The staff. The staff, that's the comfort. Right? That has stabilized us. Man, these people bugged out, man. They have to capture these moments in the form of pictures. But, hey, we already see that pretty much full of BS. You going through it just like the average person, especially these celebrities. Well, I was watching this guy, remember the guy who played, what's the guy, Terrence Howard? Did y'all see that interview? Yeah, he was going to how much money he made. That shit was ridiculous, man. And they get $1,700, yeah, $1,200. Hustling flow. That's how much he made. Yeah, he had to sue and all that just to try to get some change.
He was like DJ instead of tearing high.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that was Esau, man, and his mischief. He put DJ on there instead of... that was the name in the movie and shit.
He was like DJ.
See that? Yeah, this place, man, this is the Lord. See, Scripture speaks about this being our joy. Matter of fact, give me that song, people. hey man, we optimistic now. We got hope, man. We got a future. Really, prophecy, when you subscribe to the testimony of Yahweh Shai, that's a roundabout way of saying I got a future. Because prophecy goes into the future, man. Versus the people that's here, right, in America. Yeah, when you subscribe, that's what you say, I got a future. Right, yeah, that's another one, yeah.
You got it.
Remember the old, so I believe the children are the future, man. Yeah, why would they say that? Because they know the current status of living was fucked up. So the only thing you reserve to now is just tomorrow.
I got a chance.
Yeah, tomorrow, hopefully some shit. Oh, that goes to the curses too. Hold that in the beat. Hold that in the, yeah. So now that's being comforted now. God said, look, it's an end for this. And that end is salvation, man. Yep, come on.
Psalm 51, starting at verse 8. It reads, make me to hear joy and gladness.
Right, see, make me to hear joy and gladness. So there's a contrast. Yeah, right. Oh, it's the chariot, yeah, rainbow, yeah. That's the spirit, yeah, it's a rainbow. Oh yeah, wow. Hey, right up. Hey, we chose the whole camp right here. Like, come on, man, the spirit, man. The Lord kept it about us, man. Straight up, man. Out of this whole sky. That made the Lord kill that black and mild smoking nigga, man. That nigga busting down the plaque looking at us with his name. Real talk, man. Yeah, like, yeah. This the way out. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said it, that was wisdom is being able to see. There go the exit.
Yeah.
You still looking for the exit. Exit right here. Ain't see.
Just drag it real quick. Like you said, you can't see the exit. That's what is that? Psalm 91. The secret of the Most High.
Right.
All right. So when you go to you know what I'm saying? When you go to Revelation, it speaks about the church. All right. When you look up the word church, it's once called out, all right, from their homes into a public place. So this the real church right here, right in front of your eyes, man. The real exit to this hellhole that we live in, which is salvation, man. But our people can't see it because they have been blinded. Like you said, like I think I don't know who's gonna make a point, but you got that angel sitting there blocking you, man. And the thing is, the Most High through Yahweh Shai sent that angel to block you. You know?
How long were you how long were you simple ones love simplicity? Scorners delight in their scorn.
That's beautiful. That actually links up with the brother. The idea of the church being out on the street. Words the crowd without, she uttered her voice in the street. So that proved that what the exit would be. It's door. Right. The entrance is into the kingdom. That's what this really is. This is like heaven's gates. Because when you go into the ancient world, when you go into a gate of the city, they scrutinize you. What's your business here in the city? Right? Who are you? What happened when you come up here? We ask you, are you an Israelite? See yourself? Because this is an entry into the kingdom of heaven, man. And Jake walked by and they just ride by and they don't know that this is the way into the good graces and favor of the Lord. And what Peter said, the Lord honored that. Oh, that I was only a keeper of it. So now you had a house of David who are dormant. Yeah. Lord put the spirit on right. He's dormant. The Lord answered that prayer, man. Now you got the house of David who serves as dormant to the entrance. So call Halal Allah Yahweh Shemel Shai that we here, man. We're in this position. The brothers often said, I hear the brothers all the time, we here, man. Back here, man. Because it's going to get crazy out here in a minute too, man. They're going to start rationing out the water. The toilet ain't flushing the way, you know. But yeah, things going to get real, man. And that's going to be the Lord creeping up. That's like the police.
Like he gonna close the portal.
Yeah. That's true, man. So when that was a point in the ancient world too, the gates get closed too, man. That's why when you read, yeah. That's how it sounds. That's how it sounds. The ancient world. The door set. It sounds like that in the ancient world.
Thunder is set.
But hey, that's why the scriptures say our gates will be open continually. Why? Because that's not really normal. Because usually the gates of the city close at a certain time. And that's gonna happen. The gates closing on niggas, man. And we don't really want to, right? Unless you are the elect. Hey, because you don't want to conform like Lil Boosie. You think I sit around and try to make Lil Boosie get it? I'll be breaking in my mind. I'll be saying, well, you know? So that wouldn't be right, you know.
I got some real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 9:4.
Deep down in my mind, I'll be saying, no heavy curse. No, that would, you know, that'd be kind of too smooth. Look at that Boosie, yeah, brother. Yeah.
Man.
That's a fight. That's a fight. He's like, what you said? Oh, no.
This is Ecclesiastes 9:4. It says, to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. Well, yeah, we got hope, man. You know? We've been quickened through the word, man.
Right.
You know? And it said all that are joined unto them.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Going back to those who hear that word.
Right.
Save it, man. You know?
That's the body. What's that, Isaiah 14? And they shall cleave. That's the same as being joined. So to join amongst the ranks, man, what other hope outside of this? That's why we marvel when guys, you know, you kind of have that spirit of be like, damn, the guy walk away. What's up, man? Where you going to, bro?
Whither shall we go?
Yeah, oh, wow.
That's it.
Hey, that's everything. Right. Them simple scriptures make so much sense. Whither shall we go? Thou has the words of eternal life. Right there, that trumps everything. You got the words of financial stability. Or you got the words of, but these are the words of eternal life, man. That trumps any other form of doctrine or presentation of what can come up. Yep, come on. Oh. Yeah. Time, you know what I mean?
This is the book of Psalm chapter 25. I start at verse 4. It reads, show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy path. Lead me in thy truth. Teach me. For thou art the power of my salvation. And on thee do I wait every day. So just going back to see being taught. Like being taught the ways of how thou should also lead to our salvation.
Yeah, it says show me, right? Matter of fact, what do you want to come
Psalm 25, 4. Show me thy ways, O Lord.
Right, see, show me thy ways. Again, Lord showing you his ways is showing you the doctrine, which is equivalent to showing you a way out of this place, man. Right? And the exit is your mind. What's that, Romans 12? Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, right? A transformation is a change. The scenery changes. So we come out of this realm, and now we're comforted by hope, what the scriptures say, you speak about hidden kingdom, invisible prince, throne, all kinds. Matter of fact, you get that? See, that's the same spirit Noah had. He was possessed with the spirit to see the future. So in that event, he was willing, that ark was a transition to a new world. Right? The ark was a transition to a new reality. So he built the way out of that reality. See? All right, come on.
This is Colossians 1 and 16. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. Whether they be thrones.
See, visible or invisible. Whether they be thrones, so there are invisible thrones. Meaning a world Well, there's a system that governs over you that you can't see right now. The visible throne right now is Esau's reality, where you got to pay taxes and tribute, but there's an invisible throne, or a world that you can't see right now. Come on.
He said, whether they be thrones or dominions, or principalities or powers, all things were created by him.
Right, so the Lord created all of these kingdoms, even the kingdom that you can't see right now. But really, we are a manifestation in the Lord heaven, man, because he raised up the poor to be representation of that great kingdom. So it's like somebody who got nothing, right? But they telling you all these things. Yeah, man, I got this. Watch in 2 weeks, man. I'm gonna have a bit, but he got busted up shoes. You're not gonna believe that. There's no future here working. So now everybody say, you believe that guy? You believe that nigga, man? Now they got gathering people following him. And they believe, you been telling me you believe this guy. Look at him. So that's how the Lord snared you people, man. He set up the poor to be representation of the greatest kingdom one can ever fathom. Yep, come on. That's like it was.
I got something.
Oh yeah, you're good.
So right, 11 and 5. Many kings have sat down on the ground.
Yep, beautiful.
And one that was never thought of have won the crown.
Yeah. Hey, that's the people on this side, man. This is what adds to the resistance that comes with the ministry. Again, Hebrews the 12th chapter, man. It tells you how there were so many contradictors against Yahushua. And that was driven by that incredulity. So now we have the poor promoting the idea of sitting on the throne. And everything that really comes with our existence is being defeated. This people really serve as a symbol of defeat on all levels. If you want to get in the spirit of defeat, go into the research of these people. Especially in more modern history, right? Our people is synonymous with being conquered. Puerto Rico, the islands of Haiti, and the so-called Negro brought over here. He was subdued in chains. Right? Even the more prominent figures amongst our people is known for what crime for justice.
Quality.
Right. Give me peace. Give me a quality. Marching and crying out for crumbs. So to say that those people going to rule, and that goes to the science of the Lord and the shock value that comes with His word, man. So we don't expect everybody. You called to believe the unbeliever. Come on. That was it?
Book of Psalms, chapter 25, and verse 4. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me, for thou art the power of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day.
Right, so that path, that way, that's an exit out of it. Matter of fact, we can look up a couple of words, pathway through the different. Did somebody get that same thing?
Yeah, they were away. 1870, it reads, way, journey, manner.
Wow.
It says, habit of course of life.
Right, a course of life. Journey. We have embarked on a journey because this is a destination, right? All paths, all ways has a destination. Our destiny centers around getting up out of here, right? We pray that we number amongst that precious help. But hey, you get to a point where you here, man, you still grinding. Now your hope is the Lord preserve you, right? You get to that level, Lord preserve me to that day, Because deep down, you desire to see the Lord. That means that you could possibly be one of those things.
I was just gonna say, that's a lot of people don't recognize a journey at all because they not seeking to get to a certain destination at all. The Lord give you purpose and it's truth. So a lot of people they can't equate to that or relate to that, right? A a journey. Think about it. In the ancient world, you used to going from one place to another. You didn't know how you was going to get there, but you just set out on the goal. The goal here is salvation. So the Lord taking us different ways in which we wouldn't have normally taken. You know, normally we just been sitting at the crib, just going through life, but now it's like more like a journey. So even though we coming out here and doing the work, and it seems like, you know, but it's actually a journey, man. You know, it's when you look at it, it's actually you being navigated to you being limited in certain things you could do, and you operating in a whole new realm in which you used to.
If I may, you read 2 chapter, turn that path to the kingdom. It said it's a path to the kingdom, and it talks about a narrow way, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Oh, wait, there we got it.
You see that?
Dangerous.
Oh yeah, what's that? The second entrance? A path where one man can only travel at once. And there's deep water on one side and raging fire on the other. That's that. Hey, that gives you a graphic illustration of how it's dangerous to get on this path too, because you're gonna be hated, right? According to the prophecies, in particular Revelation 1st chapter, 17th verse, the dragon is going to set his sights on those who have a testimony of Yahweh. Yes, yep. So that's going to contribute to that turbulent walk. But nevertheless, the Lord led us on. Remember Egypt, how the Lord led them through all those resisting, right? Everything was such a resistance. Right? Yeah, because there's something greater on the other side. Yep, you got it out.
St. Matthew 7 and verse 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So I got a quick definition of way, Strong's G 3598. And metaphorically speaking, it says a way, i.e. manner of thinking.
Manner of thinking, man. So that proves that this way is not a physical way. It's the doctrine that we often go into. Right? So this is a manner of thinking. It's based upon your reasoning you come from out of this place. You detach from the world. Is it more than that up?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So that's heavy in itself. And few that be that find it. Yeah. Right? Is that good? And it makes sense. That's not a hard saying. Again, look at the conditions of our people. I mentioned one. Oops. Or just any nigga, Ladarius, Wardell. Any of these guys, man. You see why they wasn't meant to come into it, because it was only reserved for a few. It tells you that in Revelation 11 chapter, where it speaks about that temple, with the angel, marriage with the temple. And it speaks about those who worship therein. Now when you go into that word therein, one of the definitions is preposition. So when you go to like let's say you go to a banquet, the table that's set is already prepositioned. Everybody can't come in. It ain't enough seats. Right? Spirit, yeah. That's the same like with like you have a sport gathering, the arena, the venue holds 80,000. That's it. Can't nobody else come in. That's the same with the art. The art wasn't really meant. The art wasn't meant to get everybody at that time in. So we thankful that we here, man. And again, it's not about you physically being present. Oh, cause like Big Boy, I call him Big David. Oh, Glenn David. He's physically present, but he don't know what the hell going on. Cool brother. Y'all know I'm talking about young man. Glenn Big David, yeah, he look just like Big David David, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. And he physically here. Over the son, your body is in me. Which is no, that he asked a wild question when we, yeah. So the kingdom of heaven was gonna be able to fly. Well, the separate agency acts that it was way out there. I might be giving them more credit than. But right there, I said, nah, man, Big Man don't know what the fuck going on, man. And I was thinking, like, we going to all these, we going to the scriptures with this guy, man.
Can't retain it.
Oh, yeah. He probably go up there asking crazy questions too. So my girl, you probably didn't notice who you are. You probably hidden. Yeah. But that's an example, right? The entry point is your mind. See, if you're truly in this, that means your reasoning is on par with what's required of your house. Not just physically, that's a part of it. The scriptures say that why I am, let's get that real quick. Why I am also my servant, but that's more so your mind. Let's prove that too also in Sirach 39 by the top. Somebody can get that one. Sirach 39, start at the top. Yep, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. This is the book of St. John, chapter 12, verse 26. If any man serve me, let him follow me. And what I am, there shall also my service be.
Right. So, is Yahweh physically amongst us? Are we physically amongst us? No. We with Yahweh right here. See? Though they have not seen me with bodily eyes yet, they believe the things of which I say. That all centers around your reason. So to be in the presence of Yahweh is really to fully subscribe to his testimony, which is the spirit of prophecy. See? So again, you can physically come up, but where's your mind? Is it on the other side of time? Yeah, messing us around. Yep, come on.
1 Corinthians 2:16. For who have known the mind of the Lord,
Beautiful.
that he may instruct him. But we have the mind of Mashiach.
Right. Yeah. The Lord shared his thoughts with us, man. That's a heavy thought to even consider, right? It's almost like someone have a diary. You break into that diary. That diary holds the most intimate thoughts of that particular person. But hold up, the Lord, he opened the seals of the diary for us. Right? Because usually a diary, it has a little lock on it. The Lord unlocked the diary and let us come into his thoughts and his plans concerning these two kingdoms. Right? The beast system, which his plans is to overthrow with the world to come, the kingdom of heaven, which will serve as the perfect overview of how he see a kingdom being ran. And here it is, we just mere humans, right? We just coming in, but the Lord gave us those thoughts, man. Yep, come on. Is that what's on there?
Yeah.
I got something.
Yes, sir.
This is This is 2 Peter 2, 2 Peter 1 and 2. Grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of Yahweh and of Yahweh our Lord, according as his divine power hath given us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue.
That's the door, the knowledge. Through the knowledge. That cancels out anything externally you could do. You can't conjure up this thing. Lord have to open up your mind. Yeah?
And it's divine, so it's inspired by the heaven, inspired by the Father. Right?
Hey, because if it was man-made, then you can somehow join yourself to it. But if it's spiritual, then you have to come one with the Spirit. What's that? Titus, all things are pure unto the pure. So the attraction, it has to be a mutual, right? It has to be a mutual thing.
You gotta have a role in this.
Right, yeah.
According as his divine power hath given us unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness. It's like I read that. Verse 4, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. But mate, you know, when it goes into lust, it's dealing with, you know, your own world, like worldly pleasure, worldly desires that you once had. That's corruption.
Right.
You know, that's a corruption of your mind. Because that play out in your mind before you try to manifest it. I want to be an entertainer. Well, now you're going to start making the steps to do that.
Right.
Well, you know, the Lord basically took that out, or replaced it, rather, instead of leaving us just clueless. He replaced it with his divine nature, where we can recognize the promises. It's all led up to, we understand the promise. We walking with the understanding that the Father has promises for us. You know, similar to how, to use a worldly analogy, like Christmas Day. The kids right around this time, they trying to behave. They don't like their best behavior. Right?
Naughty or nice.
Right, naughty or nice. So that's really them. Cause they hear, there's a promise somewhere. So they like, nah, hell nah. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Well, they working. Well, the Lord gave us promises, and so we measure. You know, we try to measure up to that. And it say, like, by these ye might be partakers. So the Lord give us that. It's all gifts. Right. As the elder was going, it's all gifts, so that we can reach that promise. And He's moving us. His Spirit is on us to do that.
God, this is 2 Peter 1:1. It says, Simon Peter, a servant and apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, to them that have obtained like precious faith with us through the righteousness of the Most High and our Savior Yahushua Mashiach. So it said, unless you have obtained, you know, that relief, but this way it starts by the way of the Lord fashioning us in such a way to believe, man. You know, this beginning stages of that relief, man. You know, but the Lord have now we have been in tune with Yahweh Shai by the Lord giving us that gift of faith. You know.
Yep. It starts with your mind. The greatest inventions, from the greatest inventions to the niggas in prison, in the graves. Either way, it all started with the thought. Yeah, nigga woke up there. Man, just get that. That thought, right? That thought, nigga found himself in the grave. But then, like I said, the greatest inventions. Everything starts with your mind. That's what has been cleansed. And that's how we really size you up, based upon your reasoning. Oh, what's that, Daniel? None of the wise shall understand. Yeah, right, none of the wicked, none of the wicked shall understand. So that's what makes you wicked, man, when you really boil it down. Because who can make the claim that they righteous in the flesh? Nobody out here can boast in that, man. Right, yeah. Oh, you got that? Yeah, you got it right.
Khan, this is Wisdom of Solomon 1. I started verse 3. It says, for forward thoughts separate from the Most High.
Right, oh, they're going to word thoughts again, man. So everything centers around the reasoning of men. That's why it's such an emphasis on the ministry, teaching. Brothers going to videos, in depth, might pull up a word, going to articles, use analogies. Yahushua did that. Everything was driven by clarity, bringing clarity. But forward thoughts, when you go into that word forward, it goes into the verse, twisted. And that goes back to the wilderness as well. Right? Because it's a saying, the quickest way to the point is straight. The quickest way to point A to point B, and opposed of going all over the place. You start saying, well, hold up, man. Something ain't right with this. That's how you devils do, you know. But they call it circular, what they call it? Circular accusation. Right? That's not getting to the point. That's walking in the wilderness.
Circular argument.
Yeah, circular arguments and that. So forward thoughts is right. Forward thoughts is far from the Lord, man. Now we're gonna say, okay, come back next week, and we're gonna show you another perspective on what's going to happen. No, when you come up here, there's a missile sign already waiting on your ass. But that's not a forward thought. Yeah, the people take that. You come up here, right? You see what we're about. We got on the garment, right? It ain't like you got to figure out, hold up, he could be a, no. We got here with the garments, the ancient look, the missile sign, Bible precepts coming out that let you know, oh, these guys are about the Bible. They're about prophecy. That's not a forward thought. Can I read that again?
God, it says, for forward thoughts separate from the Most High, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. For unto a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin.
Yeah. Now, somebody might say, hold on, all of you sin. Nope. What the scripture's saying here is those who are cleared. Right? The ones who are cleared from those sins, then they're going to enter into. But it says, if you turn, the scripture says, turn not again to thy father. But matter of fact, let's get that. Because really, you clear. Even Apostle Hall went into that, and the idea, the whole dynamic of those 7 spirits, you come in with that one spirit, that one demon. But afterwards, if you go back out into that realm, then now you're subject to have all those, sins on. I'm going to say something outside. Boy, cousin. He played in the national, they played on the national Sudan. Won a bronze medal right there. Boy, averaged 8 and 2. Come on.
God, this is hard. Psalm 85 and 8. I would hear what Yahweh Shemashah, the Lord would speak, for he would speak peace unto his people and to his saints. But let them not again, but let them not turn again to folly.
See, read that again.
I will hear what Yahweh Shemashah, the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace unto his people.
Right, that's the truth, right? Go ahead.
And to his saints. But let them not turn again to folly.
Right, see, that's the terms and conditioning, right? So you good as long as you continue. That's why scripture stress continuing in the doctrine, continuing in the faith, enduring unto the end. But scripture says, let him not turn again to his folly. And where's your folly played out? In your mind, meaning the doctrine that you subscribe to. Give it down how much intellect you might look like you have. The guy with the kufi. Because that snare, man, this is how low level we was as a people, man. All it took was a nigga to pop up with like turban. And that's it. Oh, because back in the 60s, niggas were wearing them suits. And then they had the people eating out their hand, man. Malcolm X, he pop up with the bow tie and he looked a certain way.
Speak eloquently.
Right, speak eloquently. But the scripture say, look, I'm going to speak peace unto you. You're going to be presented with a certain doctrine that translates to life. But the terms and conditions is you are not to turn again to your father. That means to the doctrines that you subscribe to prior to being introduced to this information. So the sense, likely that soul that is subject to sin is those who wasn't clear.
Proverbs 26 and 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his father.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Yeah, that what you got. Hey, because the very thing that you regurgitated that was sick, you're sick, right? You got to get rid of that. You feel nauseous. What happens? What relieves you? You vomit that shit up. I feel better. So you go back to the very thing that made you sick. The guy was around us. He wanted to stunt. That was one of his sicknesses. I'm being honest, man. You watching, bro. That's spirit. He wanted to stunt. Then what happened? We got to the point. You stunned. You return it back to the vomit.
Hey, when a person got an upset stomach, the first thing they said, man, I ate something that didn't agree with me.
Wow.
The doctrines, you consume this, you know what I'm saying, this lean meat, you know what I'm saying, this perfection, and it don't agree with you. Well, because your body can't consume it, all right? Because you're full of filth. That's why it's a food. You know?
Yeah. Which in this case, the very thing that you put away, you went right back to it, man. And that, you know what, that's hard to even stomach. It's hard to watch that. That even bringing it up, that's one of those scriptures, man, that you gotta have a strong stomach, no pun intended. Because we start visualizing, like, you know, think about somebody lapping up. That's the worst thing you can do, man. Yeah, you go eat up. That's a disgraceful sight. Yeah, that's not easy on the eyes. It's like, man, see that, man.
That's why I said you're gonna have self-note demons on you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, sweet. To even regurgitate that. Hey, man, everything that we threw away, man, we don't want no more parts of that shit.
Y'all take a shit and stuff.
Yeah.
Coming up with the dirt.
Right. Or a cat for that matter.
Cat for that matter.
Yep.
This is Sirach 5 and 9. It said, winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way. But so doth the sinner that hath a double tongue.
That's it, man. Every way. That's those different doctrines, different ideologies, philosophies. And in that event, you're not going to be stable. What's that? Ephesians 4, right? It speaks about carried away with different doctrines.
Understand.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's cool. That proves right there that their ways go to your doctrine. It said, be steadfast in thy understanding. Meaning really continue to wait. Persuade. Go ahead.
And let thy word be the same. Be swift to hear.
Oh yeah, let the word be the same. Because here it is, you teaching 1 minute, like those guys out of Mississippi. They open up their videos to these crazy names. Yeah. What man? Yeah. Hegio card. Hegio card. They didn't stay steadfast in their word. Yep. What?
Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere.
Well, that proves that this thing centers around being taught. Right? Be swift to hear, because Lord would set up teachers. What's that, Jeremiah 3? Right? Set up pastors that will feed you. And then that links up with, that's proof that Yahweh Shai is the ultimate king. Because that's a fulfillment of what he told people. Feed my sheep. So that's proof that he ain't a new idea. He's an ancient spirit, man. Right? So if you go way back into the records in Jeremiah 3rd chapter, he would raise up pastors that would feed you with understanding. That proves that Yahweh Shai is that commander who the Lord sent forth to send forth the teachers. Go ahead.
It says, be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere.
Right, sincere being in the truth. That's the most sincerest form of you. This is our most sincerest form. Being in the truth. Go ahead.
And with patience, give answer.
Yep, and with patience, give answer. Yep, and that's pretty much what we're doing in these lessons. It's not like every waking moment somebody asking you a question. You're like, damn, give patience. No, really this is giving that answer in patience. Waiting, toiling, laboring, and giving answers, giving clarity. Because the elect needs answers. The elect is driven by answers, getting the answers. They get off on understanding. That's why the Lord laid up sound wisdom.
No, sir. It's like, that was out. She got to eat.
Oh, yeah. You went into another edition today, right? Yeah. That's it. Matter of fact, give me Proverbs, right, I think around, So you got something? Yeah, go ahead.
Hebrews 5:13-14. Everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of youth have been exercised to discern both good and evil.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And because the levels, you come in, you start off with milk, you're born again, right? And this is your maturation, you grow into these, mysteries, deeper knowledge. What's that definition of comforter, right? Being that Holy Spirit that gives you a deeper knowledge of the gospel truth, right? That was it on that? Yeah, come on.
God, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 7. It reads, he layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous.
Right, see, so this wisdom was laid up for the elect. Why? Because the elect gets off on wisdom. And that's the best way I can put it. Right? Did not Yahweh said, what son asked of his father fish and he give him serpent? So the elect is satisfied with understanding. They don't need nothing else. That's why the Lord had this understanding laid up for them. And it's equivalent to feeding. See? Read that again.
God, it says, he layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk upright.
Right, Psalm 91. That buckler is going to ultimately be the preservation, right? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's the comfort. Yeah. I'm laid up. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. That was sad, man. Wow. And the dude, oh, that's crazy. And the dude made his building to do that, yeah.
Only ones with our sound gonna be able to see something like that.
Yeah. Well, people gonna look at you crazy.
Yeah, that might be.
Right? They get excited for a guy riding by with a pen. Not because we see things through the lenses of the spirit, man. Right, yeah. Woo. 1 Corinthians. Yeah, the spiritual man judge of all things, man. Why? Because it's uncorrupted spirit. That was a saying, man. I heard it was true. I heard it today. If you put everything in the hands of the Lord, everything you do, you're gonna see the Lord's hands in it. Oh, that's true, man. Yeah, right. Yeah. We'll run that back. If you put everything in the hands of the Lord, leave it up to the Lord, He got it. Then everything you see, you're gonna see His hands in it. Because everything you do, you put it in His hands. So that applies to us, right? We know that the Lord orchestrated everything that's delegated to Him, and we acknowledge that. So everything we see, we know the Lord got His hand on it. So you see somebody get knocked out, you be like, man, that's judgment.
Right.
That's the hand of the Lord, because we put everything in His hand. He ruled it, He controlled everything. Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, these people that get put to death, I brought this out years back through the Spirit, and I believe it to be true. These reports you hear of people dying, I believe them scoffers. Because we thought, man, he's gonna get you one day. It ain't necessarily gonna be like, okay, scoffer, the guy who scoffed your video, got put to, but for the Lord making it known in public, we getting wind of it, I believe in the spirit those are scoffers. Because niggas die every day, B. Like with the movie, yeah, you don't report it, right?
True.
Everybody know about us.
Yeah. And the guy, remember the guy Philando? I always think about him and went for his wallet. Yeah, he probably was. You know what I mean? Hey, Black King, nigga on the coming board. But that nigga over. You just trouble. They call you Black King of the top. Let it down.
I started the book of Psalm 145. I started at verse 15. It reads, "The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them meat in due season." It said, that's going back, it said laid up. And it was for this time. It's that due season right here. He said, thou openest thine hand and satisfies the desire of every living thing. So, hey, that's our desire is, really the Howard shot, man. The Lord have revealed himself unto us. Don't have to have a revelation. In this time, it's like, it talks about that women kept kissing him. And since the time he came in, she couldn't stop because it showed it was in her spirit, that what she been longing for, man. Yeah, I was shot. Every time the Lord was on the scene in these different incarnations, they was even Rachel jumped off the horse to go run to Isaac. Abraham, was giving the tithes to Melchizedek. Solomon, everybody wanted to see Solomon on all levels. It was Yahweh shot, man. But that's our desire, and the Lord had opened his hands unto us with this understanding.
We got it bad too, After we close up, more than likely we're gonna be hopping on videos and watching shows and clicking. Is at the point where it's ad nauseum, man. But we be, because the Lord, we really enjoy it, man. Y'all sit down and watch a movie or watch the show, and just to get it right back on our minds. It's like when you're in love with a woman, basically. You ever been around somebody that really in love? Well, that's all they can talk about. You be sick and tired of everybody, really. That's the type of love we got for this truth. And we done been through, and different brothers came in at different times of their life. They done been through things, the circus acts out here, man. Ain't nothing but a circus out here. And so, you give up every day. You give up. Scripture say, you fall in love every day with this truth. Every day, you wake up and you choose it again.
It talks about man went out of their wits. When we go down in righteousness with wisdom, we whipped our wisdom, man. So you wouldn't dare get a bacon cheeseburger now. You ain't finna cheat on her.
Yeah. Sophia.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that movie with Adam Sandler where he had to remind the woman every day?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's bad. Yeah.
I got something real quick. Psalms 17 and 15. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness, this truth. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy light. Being conformed to the image of his son, having that same like mind, being on the same way, abiding in the vine. That's how you grow towards salvation, man. Abiding in the vine.
Word, man. Beautiful, man. Scripture speaks about how that light with that wisdom of Solomon, she is the breath, unspotted mirror of the Lord. So pretty much, we have been cleansed up, made pure through the word. St. John 15, you are now clean through the word that I speak unto you. We done went into this plenty time. You want to keep some from a nigga. That's a saying, true saying. You hide it in the book. Hide it in the book, man. We ain't got to worry about niggas coming up, Like, a nigga, you know what I mean, here? We ain't got to worry about that because the nigga don't want no pause. They like the elder said, ad nauseum, Another precept. Yeah. But hey, this is our comfort in that affliction. The brother brought it out earlier. We're satisfied with the goodness of our house. Matter of fact, closing, let's get that Psalm 65. Start at the top.
The book of Psalm chapter 65, verse 1. Praise waiteth for thee, O Yahweh Shai Zion, and unto thee shall the vow be performed. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. Iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgression, thou shalt purge them away.
Yep. purged, and what? That's that cleansing. So our iniquities have been purged away from us. As long as we continue, right?
Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee.
Right, that's another thing, right? The Lord chose us to come and approach unto Him. Right? Your interest is piqued by the doctrine. That was the Lord calling. Blessed is that man. Right?
It says, yeah, it's like, blessed is that man, blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts.
Right, and I was just saying, like, you ain't gonna have a nigga to dwell in this area. Because first of all, his desire is not wisdom. Even if you try, you're gonna start looking at his clock. And don't start going into no deep. But I mean, like, you start speaking on, the animals. Nigga want to get the hell out of it. Oh, remember your boy, yeah, Joe. Yeah, OG Bobby Johnson. We started speaking on, the Spirit had us do that. We was chilling, and we started speaking on the animals. We been trying to get the hell out of it. Yeah, go ahead.
God, it says, we shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house.
Mm-hmm. That's that bread. Bread of life. We satisfied. We don't need any other alternative groups. Another doctrine to conjure up. Go ahead.
Even of thy holy temple.
Right, even of thy holy temple. This is what satisfies us. Hey, that's going to be the anchor, if you will, that's going to hold us down until the return of our Lord Yahweh. Like the elder said, the Lord replaced those other desires and lusts with the desire of the kingdom of heaven. That's a heavy idea to consider, man. Because the scripture speaks about a kid being left to himself. What happens? He's able to get into everything. But once you come into the sheepfold, now you're being herded, steps that keep you in mind, and your thoughts, is all geared to things pertaining to the kingdom of heaven, as it is written in our conversation with heaven. Yep. So anything else? Hey, so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. What the honest time teaches the head of Poppy, Elder to the millstone, Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, you believe it to the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.